Okay. Okay, we're in a minute in. The room shut down on everybody. Hopefully they'll be logging back in a minute. I'm gonna go over this UCC section just to give people. Okay, here we go. We got one logged in. Okay, here we go. Cause I'm gonna do this really quick and then I'm gonna have to skeet. But let's record it anyway. All right, but I wanted to at least start on that top one because that happens to be what is it? This is a bank, and this is this is a mock-up, but still, as you can see, what it looks like. Same way it's filed. That's what they put in the collateral section. People's Bank, Savings Bank of Brockton, or whatever. Secretary of State, Providence, Rhode Island, and that's a bank. The way a bank would file one. And then you go down. Second one, type of collateral. Oh wait, we didn't address the collateral there. That was the inventory, including proceeds and products. That's the collateral on that one. Next one down is all inventory, including. Wait a minute, they both say the same thing. Oh, this one says accounts receivable, including proceeds and products, all fixtures, including proceeds and products. And there's a different bank that says, collateral received, fixtures, Wells Fargo. And we go down. It's another one, specific equipment and products. You know what I'm saying? And this is This is let me see where this one is from. XYZ company. Okay. And that's your UCC section. And even though in this company right here, even though this is a company that reflects a bad report, it has 4 UCC filings. What a coincidence. That's the same amount of numbers I was talking about. Okay. And let's see what else we got. We got affiliates. Let's see. Let's see if we can get anything. This is just basically your basic company information. Corporation type, what type of company it is, SIC code, commercial printing, that kind of stuff. Let's stop here. Just to give everybody an idea. This is your report. This is a sample report. I'm just trying to let me make sure I got it pointed right so I can just scroll through. It's got total assets. It shows everything. And I think that's actually just one of them. Let me see. I think I might have another one. Let's see what we got. It might all be the same. Let's see. Yeah, I think these are just the XML files from that same thing. Got all the pictures and stuff in it. But yeah, but basically, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So. Okay. Close that out. Close that out. Bring that back up. Slide that over. Oh, I needed that. All right. Well, I mean, if there isn't anything extremely urgent, guess I'm going to shower and hit the road. Make it back here by Monday. Yeah. Try to keep Spanky's room, cigar smoke free. He don't smoke black and we meet every day during the documentary, and people are always free to ask their questions every day at 3 p.m. As far as like an actual meeting, at a later date, like in the evening, where other members that work or where things are time sensitive, I would say probably I don't know. Like it would be announced. It would be announced in the members area, because like I said, it's about to be some restructuring over this weekend, and everything will start to get scheduled, like when the meetings are and updates and stuff. But the documentary at 3 p.m. every day will always be there, whether it's live or there's material already uploaded. I always just try to have some material already uploaded, so in case there's some internet problems, at least I already have something that our material already recorded and uploaded, and it just adds to it if I can actually explain, walk everybody through it, live. So I would assume though, I don't know. Um, I don't know. We could say next Saturday, same time. Other than the daily meetings, we can say next Saturday. That'd be fine. I think we'll still be here. And everybody knows if you have any questions, anything, you always know you can email me. But if anybody needs like any direction, like as far as study material, like it's always good to research things like what's a good topic, good subjects. Like government registrations, business, different types of business registrations, um, different things like that, like different things that have to do with paperwork that's filed at a county, federal, state level that automatically get worked into the system. It doesn't take much time to get it in, and it produces immediate results. Like, 'cause that's what we're constantly on the quest for. We have a nice, composite of things that we use, like we're explaining now, but we can always use more. Somebody always comes up with something, even from our team or whatever. Somebody every day comes up like, "What about this?" Like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Then we test it, and then we work it into what we do. You know what I'm saying? So every day somebody comes up with something that can be filed and show up on your report positively within a week or two. And those are the things that we pursue. So that when we have some downtime on the weekend, that's what we mostly brainstorm about, like different things. Like we look at different methods, like who's in control of reporting these things, what methods do they use, what are the restrictions, and how can we get in, and so we can emulate that and actually do what they do and become the same type of company or service or whatever. So we always look into stuff like that until we actually work ourselves all the way into the mix, into the middle of it, to where we control like when and where stuff is placed where. So to anybody that's interested in that kind of stuff, those are the type of search terms and keywords you'll be really want to look for. Anything like that, like you can research 1099 C's and stuff like that. Um, that kind of thing, like different tactics like collection agencies use to eliminate actual negative things on reports, or actually placing negative things. Like the whole system of collection agencies period is a very interesting topic for those that want to get into it. It's really interesting, and the closer you work yourself towards the inside, the more you know about how everything works. So that's how we came about it. And then it's always good to test it, and that's the problem while we have the members areas, because people were running with the information they weren't testing. They were just making stuff up and just assuming and really speculating on things and sending people over a cliff. It wasn't cool. You charge like $300 for something you learned for free, and you don't even know it. Like, I don't understand that. Like, you sat in on 2 lessons out of 10, and you try to get out of the gate quick, to sell it to somebody else. So that was becoming a serious problem. Oh no, we still do report the DMV, but not for the public. But for this website, when we were selling the ebooks, we were selling the ebooks, memberships, telephone consulting, and stuff like that. That's what we were selling as products. It takes a while for inquiries like that. That's really it's no real timeline on that one. There was a guy here the other night that said he had some clients that he was removing. He had some negative stuff removed in a day, but I don't know if that probably wasn't an inquiry though. But I don't know. Like that's up in the air. It depends on it's probably a billion people trying to get stuff off, and it depends on how quick it gets in the system and works out. I've never really had that much experience on that end. Like we write letters and go through e-Oscar and stuff. We have done that for people, and then but time varies though on when it actually takes effect. But I say, I mean, if like for like off the top of the head, like a nice round number, just guesstimating usually like a month or something like that, like a couple weeks. Because then if you're sending certified letters, and you got to account for mail time, um, and then getting there, going through the bureaucratic red tape and making its way down, you end up having to send two or three of them before anything actually happens. But eOscar is good for that because it's like a computer system, and if you submit something and they don't get anything back, it's automated. It automatically come off in 30 days. So that's why it's usually like a month. Quill is an easy trade. Quill is good, but Quill only reports every 3 months. So if it's what right about now, it'd be good to get Quill, I guess. I guess they'll be reporting at the end of this month or something like that because they report quarterly. They're like a net 30, but if you look at your bill, it say net 90 on it. But you still got to pay in 30 days. But they only report quarterly though. That's why it's a lot of people that have Quill and catch it at the beginning of a quarter and wonder like when are they ever going to report. So these kind of things is good to know. That's what I'm saying. That's a good question. See, I have mentioned them being quarterly before and how much I hate that fact, but they're pretty good. And that's a good solid account. They sell electronics, they sell TVs, they sell everything too. So it's always good to have accounts with actual good places. You know what I'm saying? No, that's the good thing about Dun and Bradstreet. Certain like out of those numbers I was just showing, like on the report, some of those numbers move up and down as far as risk and that kind of stuff, like per inquiry. But Paydex doesn't get touched by inquiries. You can have 50 inquiries, your Paydex will stay the same. It only works like that, like with the actual real credit bureaus, like Experian and Equifax, like legitimate credit bureaus. But yeah, every like you can get somebody saying you can get Uline saying you paid for your order on Experian. That'll be your first trade. Your score will be 15. You know what I'm saying? Because anytime something new is introduced, it starts low and it works its way up as nothing else comes in. And then right when you get it up to about 76, 77, and something new comes in, like Gemplers or Reliable, something to knock it back down like to 45 or something. And then as time goes by, it'll slowly trickle. It's just like personal credit. It'll slowly trickle its way back up. Then acquirer will come in, boom, and knock it back down a little bit. So but no, it doesn't drop though. But if you're applying to some company that reports Experian, it'll take a tumble on that end. Or a company that actually checks Experian, it'll take a dive over there. It's a weird thing though. It's a weird thing. It's a living thing. It changes every day. The rules change. The fraud detection systems and high risk detection systems get more strict. And then even people that aren't trying to commit anything nefarious, they still end up getting caught up in it because their company looks a certain way. So that's really what we're here for, just to show people like different examples of what a good file looks like. And that was great. I like that, like Dun and Bradstreet. I forgot I had that on here because this not my terminal, but like they show you an example of a bad file, and even that file had like hundreds of trade lines, and if they tried to apply for a Staples account right now with an account looking like that, they get denied. That's what I'm telling you. They get denied. They got been in business 35 years, they still get denied. So it's like you got nothing but bad stuff on it. You got liens, everything you could think of. So that's I like the way they put that together because they got a little bit of everything on it, and it's terrible. So payday scores 50, 47 or something like that. So yeah, yeah, about $20. Well, anything under $50 won't be reported. That's the bad thing about it. It's not really considered credit, report worthy. Um, that's why it's got to be a certain amount. Like it's got to at least be $50. That's the minimum that any credit bureau will accept as a credit transaction. Yeah, that's why the products we had like $85 for like a phone consultation where you can basically call me and we go over some things and you actually call me whenever after that and it was $85, so that way you can get the $100 reported on your report. And then we had the ebook for 50. We had a couple of things. We had a couple of different things. They were all like informational products, downloads, stuff like that. And we were just submitting stuff every single day. And then right around when we started giving it to the public like that, then Dun and Bradstreet changed, the economy changed, Dun and Bradstreet changed. They switched up the QuickBooks reporting, tried to change everybody over. So now we changed over to the traditional. So we don't even report for the public anymore. We just keep it in house and stuff because they people cause a couple companies get killed by ordering. Back then it was a cool thing to order like from Sony and then return the product and still get credit for